Benny Rodriguez getting ready. He's on an absolute tear this season, leading the league in runs batted in. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the Kansas City Royals. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And next for L.A., Benny Rodriguez. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I'll tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. Not stopping. He's going for three. The relay, he's in there.
And if you're the pitcher, you can't be frustrated. You know this is going to be the toughest batter that you face tonight, and you're going to have to face him a couple of times. So you just tip your cap and hope that you can get the next guy out.
So a runner at third, two men out. Jason Churio steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Comes a 2-2. Swing and a ball popped up. And that is that. One left for L.A. The Royals will get their chance now in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Here's the Royals designated hitter, Jeff Young.
The designated hitter, Jeff Young.
Out to short. Fires over to first. One up, one down.
Batting second, the right fielder, yes sir, Mercedes.
One out, bases empty.
Batter, number 3, shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
To third, McConnell. Zips it across. He's out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. On the ground, right side. Off balance feed, there's one. A 3-6-1 double play.
Now
the 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there they made it look pretty easy.
Runner at first with no outs here.
Benny Rodriguez.
The shortstop takes the ball. And that one fouled off. Fought off foul.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
1-2. On the ground to the left. Fair ball. It's in and out of his glove. Headed for the plate. Relay throw. The tag out.
A lot of real estate to cover on that play defensively. A long throw to the cutoff man, and then a lot of ground to make up as well on the relay. But an excellent job of execution and getting that out at the dish as he tried to make it home all the way from first base.
Runner at second. And now Jason Churio. That one out to right. Nice grab on the run. And there are 2 outs.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Rip to third. And that is the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Royals 1 and the Dodgers nothing. So 2 down. Now it's the shortstop.
Come on, Daniel.
On the ground to short. Fires across the diamond. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing across here this half. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Royals 1 and the Dodgers nothing. 1 out, base is empty. Now here is Benny Rodriguez. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
1 down. Here's the left fielder. On the ground, out to short. 2 out.
Now batting, first baseman, Reggie Crawford.
Rodriguez extended the hitting streak in this one.
No question that he delivered at the dish for him. Even though it wasn't enough to get them the W, this was a good showing at the plate.
Benny Rodriguez ready to go in this one. This breakout star has been a model of consistency at the plate, leading the league in batting average. First pitch coming your way next. So 2 down, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Benny Rodriguez. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
First pitch swinging.
0-1's the count.
Next pitch is outside. Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 ball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That one misses, and the count is 2-2.
That's excellent location for a pitch like that. It looks like it's going to be a strike, and then it just runs in on the hands. So if you can command it and hitters have to respect it, just keep going in there until they make you make an adjustment.
Jason Churio waiting to bat for the Dodgers. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Dodgers go down quietly, and now the Royals will get their first shot in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. 2 on, 2 outs.
Number 3, Shortstop, Betty Rodriguez.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Bounding ball here, rolls foul.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Yeah, that's fouled off. First and second, 2 down. Swing and a ball driven out to center. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. So they strand a pair. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Royals 2 and the Dodgers 1. One out, bases empty.
Shortstop, Betty Rodriguez.
No, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus. But they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line. If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
Outside.
Next pitch is outside. 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Ripped to short. 2 down.
Got him.
The left fielder, number 8, Jason Churio.
So 1 out, nobody on. So up now for Kansas City, Randolph Conrad.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
The pitch. Out to short, Rodriguez. Fires to first in time.
Now batting, the left fielder, Samuel Munoz.
Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive and chase out of the zone.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
That's hard hit on the line. Mercedes makes the play, and it's out number 3. Dodgers down in order, and they're still doubled up. It's 6-3. Gold with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
Benny Rodriguez with an incredible season so far, leading the league in OPS. Can he keep it going again today? It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the Kansas City Royals. First pitch coming your way next. 1 down, and now here is Benny Rodriguez. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Just missed. The Dodgers could really use a win here in the thick of the postseason hunt. And strike two.
And every game seems bigger once you get past the All-Star break, dude. Some teams get paralyzed by that pressure, but the best teams rise to the moment.
Line drive. Caught.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
So two away with nobody on. At the plate, Greg Dell. On the ground, Rodriguez. In plenty of time to first. That's the inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. We played two full. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Royals nothing. As we go to the top of the fourth, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Benny Rodriguez. Enriquez back to work.
Nope.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
The 1-0. There's a swing and a drive. That's back. Over the batter's eye and onto the grass in center. That was a blast. He circles the bases. His 53rd homer of the year, and the Dodgers have the lead. It's 2-1.
He's swinging a red-hot bat. This isn't the first home run we've seen him hit these last few games, and it probably won't be the last. There was a cutter away. Kind of works like a slider. You've got to stay on it, let it travel a little bit, and then get your arms extended. Really good piece of hitting right there.
And now the DH, Jeff Young.
The designated hitter.
Young, with some struggles at the plate recently, not uncommon for rookies.
You know, Boog, at the start of my career, I got only 3 hits in my first month, but I kept at it, and I finished the year hitting 300. I know.
Throws across the diamond. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting, the second baseman, Greg Dell.
2 out, space is empty.
Number 3, shortstop, Benny
Rodriguez with some impressive production lately.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
Finish him.
2 outs. The shortstop takes the ball.
He's got 1 already tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he pops another one here.
And now 2-2.
Three and two.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
You can stomach a 2-out walk to certain players, but with his speed, this guy out there on the base pass, it could turn into 2 or 3 bases.
Squirts away a little bit. Well done behind the dish. Right through there, got it. That's the 3rd out. So the Dodgers leave 1. They're still out in front 5-2. Base is empty with 2 away. Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered here in this one. That one is absolutely belted. And there's a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Runner takes off. High fly ball, right field. Esposito. And that is that. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Dodgers 6, Royals 5. Greg Dell steps in for the Royals.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Pulls it in on the run. And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
1 away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. Runner on the move. Pitch misses. Throw. Save. That's 20 stolen bases for him this season. Intentional walk here, and that sets up the double play after the stolen base.
Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just...
Oh, he jumped the gun for second. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. Runner goes again. The other way. Zips it to first. Play is made, 2 out. And here's the first baseman.
The first baseman, Ricardo Perez.
That one misses. 2 balls and a strike.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
2 on, 2 outs. And that's outside.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Luis Angel Acuna would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
Deep breath, he's ready, and he fires. And that'll load the bases.
Oh, that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
So digging in, Luis Angel Acuna. Ground ball up the middle. Dell. They get the force. They miss a big chance to take the lead here late. So they get out of the bases loaded jam without any damage, and that does it for the inning. 2-3-4. 1 out. Runner at second. Rodriguez will hit next. He's already homered in this game.
Oh, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
Looks like they want to set up the double play. Intentional walk will make it first and second with 1 gone.
The left fielder, number 8.
Now the left fielder, Jason Churio. Puts a bunt down. Conrad. The runners move up on the sacrifice.
There was a time where that sac bunt was just ho-hum, very basic, but is increasingly difficult as it's become to get bunts down in the big leagues. Nice job right there.
And now the first baseman.
The first baseman, Ricardo Perez.
Just missed. Two outs. That misses. 2-1. 2 on, 2 outs. Up and in. Now 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And they're all loaded up.
A real bad time for a walk. You're trailing in this ball game, trying to keep things close. They've been in a difficult spot, and things aren't getting any easier.
So bases all loaded up. Here's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. Ground ball right side. McConnell steps on the bag. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. Last shot here as we go to the bottom of the 11th. It's the Dodgers 7 and the Royals 6. Rodriguez made a big contribution despite the loss. Had a pair of hits, one of them a homer.
No question, he was a big contributor for him here. Fantastic effort at the plate, even in defeat.
And a final 8-7. A 1-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. Benny Rodriguez ready to put on a show, playing as the league leader in home runs this season. It's the Chicago White Sox taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And now here's the veteran DH, Michael Rodriguez.
Michael Rodriguez.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Tosses to first. One out in the top of the first. Base is empty with 2 away. Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Rodriguez matched a homer in his last game. And that one in the air, center field. Nunez makes the grab, and that'll do it. We played an inning, no score. Runners at first and second with 1 gone.
Shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
The shortstop takes a ball.
And that's a pitch early in this game. He needs called for a strike. Struggling with command issues. He's got to get a little help from the umpire.
And it's through for a hit. Around third. Here comes the throw. It's off the mark and he scores. On the board first, it's 1-zip.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Jason Churio steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Churio.
Fly ball down the line. Makes the catch. Tags up from second, and he'll head to third.
Now, we'll see if moving up to third there pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a base hit. We'll see what happens.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. And now the first baseman. Pickoff throw, and he's back in on a dive. 2 on, 2 outs. Line drive, and a base hit knocks in a run. Roll into third. Runner holds at third, so just 1 across on the play.
Picks himself up an RBI. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
So 2 on with 2 away. Luis Angel Acuna, the next to hit.
Acuna.
Swing and a ball popped in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit. In comes the run from third, and it's an RBI single, and they're up by 3. Two on, 1 out. Nunez digs in now.
Nunez.
The Dodgers looking to build momentum towards the postseason, and a win here would certainly help. Hit on the ground might be 2. To second, there's 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Dodgers 5 and the White Sox 1. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th, and taking over on the mound, Vernon Padilla.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Shortstop, Eddie Rodriguez.
Rodriguez launched a homer in his most recent game. Hard hit right side. On to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Jason Chilio.
2 down, bases empty. Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And a swing and a miss.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive and chase out of the zone.
And that's the 3rd out. Dodgers go down quietly. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Played well enough in the win, singled and knocked in a run.
Maybe not his best showing, but they got the win, and he should be happy about that.
Benny Rodriguez ready to put on a show, playing as the league leader in home runs this season. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Alex Sanchez.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
On the ground to the left, Rodriguez. Gets it to first, and the inning is over. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the White Sox 1, the Dodgers coming to bat. And the batter now, Benny Rodriguez. Chris, he's a former Hank Aaron Award winner, which means he was named the best overall offensive performer in his league. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. Rodriguez working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers. Just missed.
Well, we've seen him flex some impressive power this season, and there's still a lot of time to go. If he can keep up this pace he's on, we could be in for something really special.
1-2.
2 out, space is empty. Time asked for at the plate, and he gets it.
Two.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Brings it in, and that's the inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, and it remains 1-0. Top half of the third inning. Here's the catcher, Lou Heck. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Swing and a ground ball. Rodriguez sends it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
The shortstop,
You got to be kidding me. Did you see that throw?
Not really, Boog. I mean, it happened in the blink of an eye, it seemed, but thankfully StatCast is here to help us out. I mean, you don't see many throws across the infield that get up into the 90s, so he really reached back for that one, and he had to get the out.
First and second, 2 down.
Shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and that is the inning. 2 left on. On to inning number 4. It's the White Sox 1 and the Dodgers 0. Nobody out. Runner at first.
Shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
And fouled off. And he asks for time before the 0-2 pitch. And the right-hander deals. Outside low. Now 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Liner caught it second.
That's a big first out of the inning. He showed off his skills catching the line drive, but most importantly, he kept the runner out of scoring position. Things would look a little different if he didn't make that play.
Number 3.
Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
0-1.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Swing and a high fly ball left field, pretty well struck. Back there, it's gone. Grand slam. He'll take a jog around the bases. His 54th home run of the season, and the Dodgers have the lead. It's 5-2. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. Just an unbelievable turn of events here. I mean, they've been putting together solid at-bats all inning to set the table for him, and he delivered big time to get him the lead. Huge momentum shift on that swing, and now we'll see if they can hold on.
Ready to begin the eighth, and here's the first baseman, Justin McGinnis. The White Sox in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here. Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
On the ground. Leadoff man is out here in the eighth.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered here in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. That one down the line, and foul ball.
He's got one already tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he pops another one here.
Caught and missed, struck him out. Good job at damage control right there. 2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3 through 8 full. It's the Dodgers 7 and the White Sox 2. Rodriguez really stood out in this one. Just one hit, but it did leave the yard.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Benny Rodriguez with an incredible season so far, leading the league in OPS. Can he keep it going again today? It's the Chicago White Sox taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. One down. Casey Nunez getting ready to hit. Swing and a chopper out to short. Throws to first in time.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Michael Rodriguez.
So 2 away with nobody on. Here's some real power at the plate. Benny Rodriguez. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. And a swing and a line drive into right field. Nabs it, and that ends the inning. Dodgers down in order. Scoreless after 1. So 2 down. Ken Poe steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
3rd out. Nothing doing for the White Sox. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. One out, bases empty.
For the Dodgers, the shortstop, Eddie.
The Dodgers would love to get a win in this one to boost their postseason hopes. And that one fouled off.
And every game seems bigger once you get past the All-Star break, Boog. Some teams get paralyzed by that pressure, but the best teams rise to the moment.
Swings through that.
0-2.
That
No,
one off
that's
the
a
mark.
ball.
And that's ball 1.
See if you can go
One
upstairs
ball,
a little
2
bit. Make
strikes.
sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Mayo tosses across
He's
to
out.
first, and that's an out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now batting.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Nunez now at the plate. Base hit into center field. Rounds 3rd, headed for the plate. Here comes the throw. Not in time. He beat it, and they've got the lead.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Bottom of the 7th, leading off, Benny Rodriguez.
Eddie Rodriguez.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong, and their timing's off.
Painter back to work. Hammered on the line, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Pickoff move to first. Rodriguez back on a dive. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Runner takes off, chopped in the ground. Little Baltimore chop action for the base hit. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at-bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
And now the first baseman.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Line drive, that's a base hit. In to score from 3rd. And it's an RBI single. And this game is tied in the 7th.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. That line drive isn't going to light up StatCast or anything like that, but it gets the job done. And he just kind of caught it on a weird spot of the bat, but he didn't get cheated with the swing, that's for sure. Now,
DeLauder sizes this one up, makes the catch for the out.
almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
So runner at second, 2 down. Rodriguez will hit next. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run. He gets the intentional walk here and now will force at any base with 2 gone.
These fans don't like to see that because they showed up to watch him swing the bat, but this team does not want to let him beat him.
Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Jason Churio. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across one. 9th inning. Rodriguez had a solid game for them, a real contributor. Singled and drew a walk in this one.
Strong individual day, a team win. What's not to like? This is a game he can feel really good about.
Benny Rodriguez ready to put on a show, playing as the league leader in home runs this season. It's the Houston Astros taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. Now it's the right fielder, Lionel Madison.
Lionel Madison.
One out, base is empty. On the ground to short. Slinging it to first in time.
Batting third, the left fielder, Steve Zuniga.
Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. So we'll see what the former batting champ can do here, Chris. Right down to shoot. Strike one.
There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field.
Batting fourth, the left fielder.
Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Jason Churio. Rodriguez, the runner at first with 2 gone. Runner on the go. And it's through for a hit. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job.
And down the first baseman.
Ricardo Perez.
And a ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt. Wow, that's a great job behind the dish there. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Dodgers are turned away their first time around. Inning number 2 from LA coming up on the show. 0-0. First and second, 2 outs. Gonzalez now at the plate. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot. Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
2 on, 2 outs. Out to short. Rodriguez throws to first in time. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 are left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied, 0-0.
Now batting, Shortstop, Betty.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Fires across the diamond. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
The left fielder, number 8, Jason Curio.
And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Alex Freeland. The pitch. Out to short, Rodriguez. In plenty of time to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
Well, that's a productive at bat right there. I'm sure he wanted a knock, but puts the ball in play, brings that run in from third, ties up the ball game.
Now batting.
No outs, runner on second.
Rodriguez.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1.
Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting
No
off
ball,
speed
2
there.
strikes.
And now
Yep, that ball
1
went
and
out.
2.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That
Nope,
one
that's the
missed.
ball.
No, he's not afraid to
2
fall
balls,
into a
2
2-strike
strikes.
count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Runner at second, nobody out.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That misses the zone, and it's 3-2. In the air, out towards right center. He's got it. Runner tags and goes to third.
Now batting, left fielder.
And next to hit for Houston, Colson Montgomery. Swing and a chopper out to short. Zips it across. That's the third out. 1 hit, 1 left. 6, 7, 8, 2 in the bottom of the 6th. All tied 1-1. One out. The go-ahead run is at second.
Betty Rodriguez.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Go-ahead run at second. Here, the bottom of the 7th. The shortstop
off the
takes the
plate.
ball. In the air, right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Curio.
1 down. Alex Freeland up next for the Astros. And a base hit. And the go-ahead run is on base.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Absolutely hammered that baseball. Very loud coming off the bat. 107 was the exit velocity, and at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
And a foul ball. Wildman, 24 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. On the ground, right side. And he beats him to first. He's safe.
You've got to love his hustle down the line to beat the flip to the bag. I mean, there's a lot going on between a first baseman and the pitcher during these plays, and he just kept his head down and beat it out.
So 2 down, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Jason Churio. Trying to send this to extra innings. Runner on the go. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the winning run is now in scoring position. Winning run in scoring position with 2 away. Ball 4, he walked in, and that'll keep the line moving.
Up next for the Dodgers, the first baseman.
First and second, 2 outs. And here's the first baseman. Smoked on the ground to second. That's the 3rd out, and we're headed to extras. Dodgers strand a couple. Score remains tied 1-1. And stepping in for the Astros, Colson Montgomery.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
On the ground, could be 2. The flip, there's 1, and that's quick work out of the pen. 1 batter, 2 outs, inning over.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
Benny Rodriguez ready to go in this one. This breakout star has been a model of consistency at the plate, leading the league in batting average. First pitch coming your way next. 1 down. Next to hit, Benny Rodriguez. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
That's ripped. Base hit. Oh, the throw is over his head. Sullivan around third. He'll score.
Well, that right there is a pretty clear example of why making a clean, on-target throw back into the infield is so critical. But so many times it's easily overlooked. You can't be careless about it as an outfielder. Doesn't matter if you're throwing to a base or a cutoff. You have to give them something that they can handle. That cost them a run as a result.
In the dirt, but kept close. Move to second. Rodriguez
Save.
dives back in safely. Kicks and deals. Runner takes off for third. Slides for the stop to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
And now the first baseman.
The first baseman, Ricardo.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length.
Now this is through for a base hit. The run scores from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season.
Eddie Rodriguez.
Calderon back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Dodgers doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Here's a 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball. In the air to left center. Rush settles under it. Makes the grab. 1 down.
The left fielder, number 8, Jason.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Now here is Colson Montgomery. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Sends it to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
And that one lifted in the air center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 down. Benny Rodriguez getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. And that drops in for a strike.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Benny.
There's a swing and a drive. Back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 8 and the Astros nothing. Rodriguez with an okay game of the win.
I'm sure they're glad they got the win, but if he's going to be a driver for their offense, he needs better days than this. Some good signs in this one, though.
Benny Rodriguez getting ready. He's on an absolute tear this season, leading the league in runs batted in. It's the Houston Astros taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. One down. And the batter now, Benny Rodriguez. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Let's go, Benny.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Batting fourth, the left fielder, Jason.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jason Churio. He goes down looking.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike three. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
And here's the first baseman. Goes down looking.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Two outs, base is empty.
The shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
Foul ball. Rodriguez with another scorching run of play lately. Two down, nobody on. Ripped on the ground to second. Handles, throws to first, and that is that. Dodgers go down quietly. They're down 1-0. One out, base is empty.
Number three, shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
That one ripped. Back there. And that one becomes property of the beast. A solo shot. Home run number 55 on the year. And they cut into the lead. It's 3-1.
First pitch swinging, and he squared up the slider. He was ready for it. His front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the shortstop, Benny Rodriguez. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. That one is absolutely belted. Rush going back onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Rodriguez made a big contribution despite the loss. Had a pair of hits, one of them a homer.
Can't say enough about what he did for him in this one. They lost, but it was in spite of his huge effort. It's easy to see why he's a key contributor for him.
Benny Rodriguez getting ready. He's on an absolute tear this season, leading the league in runs batted in. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Benny Rodriguez will hit next. Chris, he's a former Hank Aaron Award winner, which means he was named the best overall offensive performer in his league. And first offering is fouled off. And it's fouled away. Pitch is in the dirt. Going to count 1-2.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That one misses. 2-2. 2 outs, base is empty. That misses, and it's 3-2. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best.
Check on the runner.
Come on, Bryant.
Runner takes off. There's a swing and a drive. That's down. One hops off the wall. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything and pulled it into the gap nicely.
Rodriguez. Inning over. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. We move to the second in Milwaukee. It's the Brewers 2 and the Dodgers 1. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Meredith back to work. Popped up. Salazar. He makes the grab. 1 away. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. And a big swing and a miss.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive and chase out of the zone.
That one missed.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. Oh, that ball was crushed. His 56th home run of the season. It's 5-4. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the left fielder, Giancarlo Mateo. On the ground, Rodriguez sends it across to first, and a quick out, number 1.
Number 14, Johnny Herman.
Base is empty, one away, and now it's going to be Benny Rodriguez. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Mateo makes the grab, and there's two gone.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Throws to first in time.
Now batting, the second baseman, Mark Salazar.
Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered in this game. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Waste no time there. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done. Really important at bat coming up now.
With the go-ahead run at the plate here at the top of the ninth. Now this is a rocket to left. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one away. 2 on, 1 out. And here's the first baseman. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Vientos to second, and that's a double play to end it. Rodriguez, certainly not the reason they lost this game. Had a pair of hits, one of them a homer.
I'll tell you, I was excited every time he came up. Even though he couldn't lift them to a win, he really made an impact. Great job in this one.
Benny Rodriguez with an incredible season so far, leading the league in OPS. Can he keep it going again today? First pitch coming your way next. Stepping in, the sluggish shortstop, Benny Rodriguez. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. That gets by him. And that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Ricardo.
And next will be the Dodgers cleanup hitter. Roberts, the lead runner out at second. Rodriguez over at first with 1 away. Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. And it's 1-0.
Oh, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
First and second, 1 out. Acuna, the next to hit. Let's see what the former world. Inside move to second, and he's back in on a dive.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Up and in, and now 3-1.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got 1 run in, you got to try to get another 1 or maybe 2.
The pitch. That's in there. 3-2 now. And down on strikes. And there are 2 outs.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
And they're all loaded up.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
The left fielder,
2 outs, bases full. Josue De Paula now at the plate. Bats. He'll do it himself. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Brewers nothing. 1 down, runner at first. And now here is George Bats.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
On the ground, a short, could be 2. Quick feed to second for 1, and that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. We move to the second in Milwaukee. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Brewers nothing. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Kang back to work. Pitches in there, and that's strike 1.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
And it's even up. Into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just an awesome swing of the bat, quick hands, and just launched the baseball. 108 on the exit velocity. Man, that is coming off the bat pretty good. I know he's feeling good about it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter. That one the other way. Feeds to second, out there. Back to first, and that is a double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
2 outs, base is empty. Rodriguez measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210 pounds. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-1.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
The batter, the first baseman, Ricardo.
So 2 down, and next will be the cleanup hitter. Here goes the runner. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner in the scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. This one in the dirt. Well done behind the dish. Here's the pitch. It's a double steal. Down on strikes, looking for the second straight plate appearance.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, Benny Rodriguez. 3 for 3 with 3 singles.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
On the corner for a strike.
You know, these Dodgers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Strike 2. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Varsho moving back for it. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. So digging in, Raleigh James. Man at first, one away. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's one of the best players in the game. Ripped to the right center, and that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. It's a double, his 4th hit of the game.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And next will be the Dodgers cleanup hitter. Runner takes off for third. In there for strike 3. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. That's 20 stolen bases for him this season. One down, runner at third. Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the Dodgers. This to third, and that is out number 2. So a runner at third, 2 men out. Montanez digs in now. On the ground to third, Vientos throws to first, and that's the 3rd out. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Dodgers 5 and the Brewers 1. Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Here's the Brewers catcher now. Two on, 1 out. Grounder might be 2. Takes it himself for 1. Over to first, but it's offline.
Well, they had the chance of turning 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Rodriguez with a good game to help lift them to the win. A 4-hit ball game, always impressive.
Well, you can't win a lot of games without hitters delivering like he did in this one. No question, he's a key contributor for him.
Benny Rodriguez comes into this one fresh off a 4-hit game. Shades of Tony Gwynn. That's the kind of contact any team would take in their lineup. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So up next, Benny Rodriguez.
Benny Rodriguez.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out. And that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hit 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory. Average going up, OBP. Everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
2 on, 1 out. And next for LA, Jason Churio. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in the 3rd and final game of the series. He goes down looking.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
And now the first baseman. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Dodgers strand a couple. And now the Brewers will get their first cuts. No score. You're dialed into the show. And now Johnny Herman. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
But this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
To short, could be 2. Acuna has it for 1. Over to first, safe.
Batting fourth, the center fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Digging in, Benny Rodriguez. Urban back to work. Way inside.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
And there's a base hit to left. And they have their first base runner since the first inning.
He was all over that one. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Jason Churio. Urban with a move to first. Rodriguez back on a dive. Runner on the go. And a base hit right there. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase on the 2-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
And here's the first baseman. The 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the dirt, blocked. Nothing happening on the bases, though. Line drive, base hit. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
One out, bases empty.
Shortstop, Benny
Rodriguez, 31 years old, and he's a former National League MVP. And he swings and misses, and it's nothing in one.
No ball.
He normally
One
does
strike.
damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the fifth. And there's a ball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Line drive, Triantos sends it to first, and there's two down.
The left fielder, number 8, Jason Churio.
So digging in, Benny Rodriguez.
Shortstop.
We
Benny
talk about guys with good
Rodriguez.
speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Ball one, no strikes.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And strike two.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Double play ball to second. There's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
The left fielder, number 8, Jason Churio.
Runners at the corners here, one away. Now the left fielder, Jason Churio. First and third, one down. In the dirt, but no advance from the runners. Flovin checks on first. Rodriguez dives back in safely. Traffic on the bases with one already in here in the top half of inning number 7. Runner on the go. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. In comes the run from third to trim the lead. It's an RBI single. It's 8-5.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ballgame.
And now the first baseman.
The first baseman, Ricardo.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Tying run at the plate. Ground ball could be 2. Acrobatic throw for 1 to first, not in time. Great effort there.
I promise you there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. That one is absolutely belted. Gone! That ball was crushed. He'll take a jog around the bases. His 57th homer of the season, and we're starting over. It's 9-9. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Back here at American Family Field. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And now the center fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez. Grounds one to short. Rodriguez Slings it across, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Well, he's one of the best shortstops in the sport, no doubt about it. And he put his skills on display once again right there. Great stop on the backhand, but it was the transfer and throw.
Rodriguez played brilliantly despite the loss. Had 3 hits, one of them a homer.
Such a tremendous effort at the dish. They didn't get the win, but he certainly wasn't the reason they lost.
11-9 the final. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Benny Rodriguez currently on a 10-game hitting streak. Can he keep it going today? It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the San Francisco Giants. First pitch coming your way next. So 2 down, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Benny Rodriguez. And first offering is fouled off. Time asked for at the plate. Maybe an attempt to break up the rhythm that he's got going on the mound right now. Here comes the 0-1. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle and a base hit.
Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 8, Jason.
And next for LA, Jason Churio. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Olszewski checks the runner. Rodriguez back in on a dive. Two outs. Runner on the go. Strike in there. Safe at second, and that was not close.
I think that steal kind of sets the tone, not just for this game, but for the entire series. First inning, game 1, so that kind of tells me they're going to be aggressive on offense and try to force the issue whenever they can.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
First and second, 2 outs. And here's the first baseman. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Kuzma pulls that one down, and that is that. Dodgers strand a couple. Now it's the Giants' turn. No score. Back after this on the show. One gone, runner at first. And now the center fielder, Orlando Guzman. On On the ground, could be two. To second, there's one. Return throw to first, got him. Double play, and that'll do it. We head to the second from San Francisco. No score.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
Swinging a foul straight back. Two outs. Line drive. And that'll do it. So the Dodgers lead one. Still no score. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. And now it's the Giants DH, Chet Varela. Out to short. On to first.
That's it out.
Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Batting ninth, the right fielder, Javier Garcia. The batter, number 3, shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Runner on the go. In the dirt, blocked. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. With the go-ahead run standing at second, and we're the top half of the sixth. On the ground to third, a dive, nice stop from his knees, the throw, nicely done for the out.
Well, that's cat-like reflexes over there at the hot corner. Nice job of making that play and ending the inning.
Back here in San Francisco, and now Chet Varela. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Fires to first on the run, and they get the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now batting.
So one out, nobody on. Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Out to short. Oh, great stop. Fires to first, and he gets him. Nicely done.
Oh, man, great diving play over there to prevent the winning run from reaching base. Here in the ninth inning, that's absolutely huge. You love to see that kind of play made in big moments by the defense.
On the ground to short. That's the third out, and we're headed to extras. Nothing across here this half. 9 isn't enough to decide a winner. Rodriguez added one more to that hitting streak.
Well, definitely a strong game at the plate, and it's safe to say he made a difference for them. They didn't get the win, but they'll take performances like this one from him.
And your final 3-1 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us. Benny Rodriguez with an incredible season so far, leading the league in OPS. Can he keep it going again today? And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. And up next for Los Angeles, Benny Rodriguez. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
On the ground, and it finds its way through for a hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. That extends his hitting streak to an even dozen, Singy. Do opposing pitchers start to take notice when a guy's on a roll like this?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. It's not like it changes the scouting report on a guy or anything like that too much, but you're aware of who's swinging the hottest bat, and that's definitely him right now.
Jason Churio steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Runners at first and second with one gone here in the second game of the series. Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone. He circles the bases, his 11th of the year. The Dodgers strike first. It's 3-0.
Those are the at-bats that leave pitchers exhausted. He had to throw a lot of pitches and still gave up the long ball. That's a bad combo.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
One out, runner at second. Oshiro getting ready to hit.
Well, there's a reason why he's at the bottom of the order, struggling as of late, but a knock here would be a huge lift for him and for his team.
Cortez leads off second with one gone in the inning. Out to short, Rodriguez. Throws to first in time.
Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Jets.
Nobody out, runner at first.
Shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
Zemer with some less than fantastic work on the hill lately. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Even the best pitchers of all time have had stretches where nothing was working for him on the mound. Maybe he needs to have his turn in the rotation skipped or something. Get his mind right to get back on track.
2 strikes.
Runner at first with no outs here. And he asks for time before the 0-2 pitch. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Page tossed to second, on to first in time. Double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Runner at second, 2 down.
Shortstop, Benny Rodriguez.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
Well, strike one is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Well struck right field. This one's got a chance. And that is done.
Oh, man, amazing catch to end the inning. As a former outfielder, I'm feeling proud right now. Saw the wall, didn't get afraid, held on to the ball.
Two outs, nobody on. Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And the first
That's the
pitch
ball.
misses for
Outside.
ball one. And delivers outside.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike one. Swung on, belted. That one back there. Gone! That ball was crushed. He hammers one out to center. His 58th home run of the season. And they add to the lead. It's 5-zip. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Man at first. And the batter now, Chet Varela. And here it comes. To short, could be two. The throw to second, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Man in scoring position with two away. Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered in this game. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players. This one swung on and hit well, way back there. And that one becomes property of the beast. Another homer. His 59th home run of the season. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 10-0. That's their fourth home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there, too. He gave it a great effort, but, you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
Rodriguez had a great showing in the win. Cracked a pair of homers.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Benny Rodriguez, fresh off an impressive 2-homer performance. He'll look to keep that momentum going today. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the San Francisco Giants. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. One down. Benny Rodriguez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Well, made it so comfortable for his club to secure that win. Very fresh team today, and it doesn't have to be all on him, but the way he's been swinging it,
Oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. That one felt good. Home run number 60 on the year. It's 2-0. That adds another game to his hitting streak, Chris.
Yeah, he's been doing so many things well at the plate and clearly driving the ball with some authority as part of that. He's really dangerous with the bat in his hands right now. What I love about this swing is he stayed tall, allowed his hands to go directly to the baseball, letting that bat head get down through the ball to create backspin and hit it out of the ballpark. Really nice job.
Back here at Oracle Park, here's a big power threat. Benny Rodriguez. And today is draft day, singing an exciting day in terms of the future of the sport and the future of these teams. It's also changed a lot in terms of the immediacy of finding out. I mean, what was it? Carrier pigeon was how you found out about being drafted back when you were selected, right?
Well, fans today may not realize because we have, such exposure on the internet and network sports and everything else. You find out right away. But when I was drafted back in 1993, I maybe found out, later in the day. I was drafted in the morning that I was drafted by the San Francisco Giants. So regardless, I think the feeling is the same. No matter whether you find out right away or you find out a day later, you're just so excited to have been drafted by a professional baseball team and have the opportunity to pursue your dream.
Rodriguez throws to first in time. That's out number 3. So it's no runs, no base hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Giants 6 and the Dodgers 2. 1 out. Runners at first and second.
Rodriguez.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
There's a strike.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Tags up from second, and he'll head to third. Safe at home, and the runner scores from second. It's 6-3.
Thought that was a no-doubter. Like the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
Man at first with 1 gone, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Benny Rodriguez. He's already homered here in this one. Hard grounder into the outfield for a nod. Lead runner holds at second base. First and second with 1 down.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. Really important at bat coming up now.
Jason Churio steps to the plate for the Dodgers. The tying run at the plate. Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with 1 out.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitch.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Garcia brings it in. Runner tagging from third. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. And it's now a 2-run game.
Well, he'll take the sac fly on the mound right there. Bases loaded. I mean, this is a high-leverage situation. And if you can limit the other team, you're doing pretty good work. See if he can get this next out.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. DaCosta digs in now. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
2-2.
In the dirt, but kept close. No advance. Good job behind the dish. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one hit to right. Garcia gets there. He's under it. And that's the 3rd out. Two men left stranded, but they do push across one. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Giants 7 and the Dodgers 5. Rodriguez with a Ruthian achievement in this one, hitting his 60th homer of the season.
Well, it's a pretty small club he's in now, Boog. Not even 10 players in Major League history with a 60-homer season. That's just crazy to think about. And his next homer will have him catch Roger Maris.
It's the American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Singy, always special when we get together to call the All-Star game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these All-Star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one tonight.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. One down. Benny Rodriguez digs in now. Big time power.
Benny Rodriguez.
Rodriguez launched a homer in his most recent game. The 1-0. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. Runner on the move. That one the other way. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away. To the bag himself, it's a double play, and that'll end the inning. End of 1, and we're still scoreless. And now the center fielder, Sam Cockrell. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. On the ground to short, Rodriguez. Gets it to first, and that is the inning. So they make short work of him there. Now to the bottom of the second. No score. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now it's the power speed combo. Benny Rodriguez.
Cold night like tonight,
0-1's the
last
count.
thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be
No
a good
ball, 2
complement to that
strikes.
fastball.
And 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That was pretty nasty.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
So up next, Benny Rodriguez. Both 2 in this one. Intentional pass coming. Base is now loaded, though it does set up a force at every base.
These fans don't like to see that because they showed up to watch him swing the bat, but this team does not want to let him beat him.
So bases all loaded up. Step off, throw to first, and he's back in on a dive. Swing and a high fly ball right field. And Acuna able to make the grab. Runners tagging from second and third. To the plate, save! On the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, right there, he's definitely looking for more than just a sac fly with the bases loaded and nobody out, but you'll take it. Now it's up to the guys coming up behind him to pick up the rest of those runners on base.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. And they're all loaded up.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
Now it's the right fielder, Tom Hu. On the ground to first, could be 2. Goes to second for 1. Return throw to first, got him. Double play, and that'll do it. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. We're through 6 full. The NL leads it 1-0. Back here in Denver, new inning getting started, and here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Laser, base hit. And a go-ahead run is on base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. Well, most of the fans come to watch this All-Star game to see the talent that's just oozing from dugout to dugout. But for the players, it adds to the experience and the memory of being here. Nice job by the American League to win this All-Star game.